So this is Sunday morning. It's just after 8:30. It's 23 degrees out. We had our big storm yesterday afternoon and evening. And this was a heavy snow. Now I did shovel the walkway yesterday, but it's hard to say how much we got because it really is different everywhere. But this is definitely heavy stuff. Normally when we get some of the stuff that cakes to trees, you do that and it comes off. This does not want to come off at all. And when it does, it's still not lifting the branches. So I suspect there's going to be a lot of tree damage yet to come. So you can see here by my footprints, this is only in the driveway, maybe 3 inches, but it is slush underneath. It's actually still wet underneath too. And it was such a wet snow that it was just kind of slipping off the car. So not even really sticking to it. I mean, it's stuck, but you know, then it would start to slide down. You know, waves here. It was very windy. It's a classic nor'easter, but isn't that a gorgeous sky afterwards, huh? So this is my first chance to take a real good look around the yard. When I did the farm this morning, obviously it was still dark, and I did see something out the kitchen window that I'll be getting to. But I want to take a look up the driveway first, because we got this tree here. It's a birch, could be an aspen. Oh yeah, so. And these did this, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but they did this before. And I think we're just going to cut this one this year. These, when I hit them with the plow, they'll either snap or get back, but okay. That's what I was wondering about. So it looks like a lot of those guys are going to have to get cut back too. Yeah, so it's going to be very windy today. I told Dee to not be surprised if we wind up getting more power outages, because this stuff is just so heavy. Even if you get some of the snow off, the rest stays. You don't want to move. So despite the wind blowing so much, I'm thinking that the snow stayed in place. It really didn't blow it off the ground too much. So I think what's on the ground is a relatively true reading. It's just it was so wet that it got packed pretty good. We'll go visit the donkeys. If we could get there. So this is the first proper storm of the year. We did get snow a couple other times up here in Marlow, but I think one of them was only about 2-3 inches at most, and everything melted. You know, we've had very warm weather lingering into the fall. Bangor, how you guys make out? Huh? Hi, Noel. Hi, we're going to investigate your tree that fell. So they've already started chewing again. This is why I put these boards to protect the barn itself. That way I can just replace those. Alright, so once it got light out this morning, I'm looking out the kitchen window and I saw this. But this is a tree that I had been meaning to get out and cut, and I just ran out of time this year. And well, this is exactly what I figured was going to happen if I didn't get to it. Let's see. I see donkey hooves checking this out. We're not sure exactly when this came down, if it was overnight, or if it was during the evening after I had already put the farm to bed. So let's see, we have donkey hoofs checking this out. But it does not look like they got out to explore, which I was kind of concerned. So I have bent fence that I have to work back up the pole. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like the electric fence snapped, but it did pull, you know, from the tension down here. This looks pretty wrecked down here. So assuming I can straighten the fence out, I may still have to reinforce it again on the posts. But yeah, it extended a good 10-12 feet, maybe even 14 feet up, you know, past the fence, which I had been wondering about when I cut it. I was going to try to drop it further down that way, but I probably still would have wound up hitting the fence. So that's part of the plan today, is get in here and just luckily it's Ving there, so I got two small branches to cut off instead of like a, you know, a big heavy one. And because I didn't even know if my big chainsaw was working. That was another project, was to clean that up and replace the bar and stuff. So in the interest of it being 23 degrees out and windy and freezing, I may just use the electric chainsaw or even the handsaw just to get those pieces off, just so I can get the fence fixed. Because while the chickens probably won't wander out and explore, they're not big fans of snow, especially the older they get. The donkeys might wander out, but obviously the bigger concern is any coyotes or anything wandering in. So you can just see how wet it was. It just stuck to everything. And then there's this cakey ice underneath too, weighing it all down. Although those pretty strong sunflowers, despite all that, they're still doing good. You know, they're still standing upright. I mean, hi chickens, you guys coming out today? I don't blame you. The woods always look different after a storm like this because everything gets weighed down, so you kind of get to see through where normally you don't get to see through. All right, let's get out of here. I'll definitely do some video later when I'm plowing. I'm probably not going to bother with video of cutting this up because A, that's boring, and B, I'm more concerned about cutting. I guess the good thing is that it took the roots out too, so that's one less stump that I got to deal with over here. I'm driving in. So that's the worst of it. And those birches down across the driveway, that's a little bit of a pain, but how you guys doing? You're gonna be hiding from the window all day, huh? Hi. You gonna let me do your shed later? Yeah? You're gonna have to come out a little bit. Yeah. That's why I don't want you guys out in that weather, because now you're wet. Kind of eyeballing, looking around, just seeing if any trees fell further. This rock here, it must be pretty warm, relatively speaking. It's part of the ledge. Snow very rarely sticks to it. What do you say, Fally? Are we done for a while? Going to warm up before we get to work? Yeah. He's loving this weather. Look at that face. Look at that face. Whoa. Yes, you're going to help me plow later. This thing worked pretty good. But you can see how with the wind blowing, how it still managed to cover up, but the snow isn't the problem, it's the melted water. And hopefully that's not getting in now that I got everything caulked up good and covered. Alright, well, this will do for my Marlow update, and then we'll put together something with plowing later. Go get a treat.
Yeah.